Hi, my name is Nikki Cornwell and I'm a PhD candidate from the Centre for Data Analytics at Bond University. In this presentation, I'll be pitching how my research around leveraging data to advance operational risk management is positioned to strongly engage with and impact industry and practice. My research aims to develop a data-driven approach to operational risk management. The basic impact goal of this is to provide organisations with valuable insights about factors influencing their operational risk environment, which will go on to inform proactive decision making and productive resource allocation to ultimately reduce the frequency and severity of costly operational incidents. You see, the increasingly complex, dynamic, and heavily regulated environment organisations are operating in is leading to a large number of disparate risks across organisations, for which substantial losses result. For example, the total losses across the global banking industry average 34.4 billion Australian dollars per annum. And in Australia alone, 186 people die on average each year from preventable work-related activities. And so there's a growing expectation that operational risk managers need to do more than simply comply with regulation, but that effective operational risk management is actually a critical business function responsible for protecting and even driving revenue. However, current ORM practices, being largely based on manual processes, mean they're costly, subjective, and provide infrequent static snapshots of their operating environment. And so substantial innovation and transformation of the ORM practice is required. In line with this transformation, risk professionals are acknowledging that data analytics can allow for more proactive, real-time and comprehensive ORM. Yet holistic and flexible frameworks to do this have not yet been robustly developed nor implemented. And so there's a call from industry practitioners to assist with this. There are three key stakeholders involved in trying to address this problem: risk consulting firms, organisations across a range of industries, and regulators associated with each industry. Starting with the organisations, they are the key implementers and users of the research outcomes expected from the project. Implementing the data-driven ORM framework in an organisation should inform decision-making and reduce operational risk events. Often, organisations engage risk professionals and specialists from consulting firms to provide best practice advice and offer services to solve their clients' problems. Thus, risk consulting firms are the providers and, if you like, the developers of the research outcomes. And they are uniquely positioned to do this given their range and access to a range of organisations. In fact, being involved in this research is highly valuable to risk consulting firms as it offers a future commercialisation opportunity based on the outputs of the research. And importantly, it does so without having to extend their in-house human resources. And indeed, it fills the gaps of the data analytics knowledge and expertise that historically have not been present in the risk domain. And finally, regulators advocate for and they set the regulation around effective and best practice ORM strategies. To do this, it's important that they understand and keep abreast of emerging tools and practice, such as that resulting from this research. Now, this research project, we have engaged directly with a top-tier risk consulting firm in the form of a research partnership. But given all these relationships and interactions between all three stakeholders, the research is intended to ultimately impact all three of these stakeholders. Now, the industry partnership is critical in allowing this research to realise its intended impact, since it provides access to the key resources needed beyond obviously the skills and expertise of the research team. This includes the provision of data, additional risk management expertise and insights into current industry practice, as well as funding for research assistance and specialised computing infrastructure. Now, no impact will be made, however, without engaging with the stakeholders. And so a multifaceted communication strategy is critical. Collaborative meetings and delivering on the agreed upon deliverables through the partnership will be the primary mechanisms for communicating the research process and the results to the risk consulting firm. Subsequently, the risk consulting firm offering the solution to organisations and advertising it through social media and publications will continue to disseminate the work and achieve the target impact. Additional opportunities to publish in academic and industry journals and present at conferences and seminars will also help start to continue the dialogue with other organisations and the regulators. The level of impact will be monitored through metrics relating to how many organisations are adopting the solution, as well as feedback from these organisations surrounding its impact on their risk and operational environment. Some other important considerations to note: a formal research collaboration agreement has been negotiated with the risk consulting firm to take care of IP, confidentiality, and embargo concerns. And we stress the importance of the communication strategy to instill trust and maximise the uptake by stakeholders, which is recognised as a potential risk going forward. The bottom line here, though, is the impact that this research can have, which is efficiently providing organisations with a greater understanding of the operational loss drivers, indicators of changing risk profiles, and complex interconnections in their risk environment, with the main consequence of this being to reduce the frequency and severity of financially, physically, and reputationally costly incidents. Thank you.